on, girl, let's scream.
I am a god.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. This is the part where you run.
Come on, scream.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Scream, a podcast where we dive into our favorite horror movies. I'm Parker.
And I'm Stevie.
And today we're looking at 2015's The Visit, directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Join us as we journey to Nana and Pop Pop's house and learn all about Nana and Pop Pop.
Girl, are you ready to scream?
Come on, girl. Let's scream.
We're back, bitches.
We're back. It's been a bit because, well, Twilight was the final part was basically 2 movies, so it was so long. And Stephanie Meyer March took a lot out of us. And then it was your birthday.
We had lots going on.
And we had lots going on.
Because I like to celebrate my fucking birthday.
Yep.
But we are returning to form here.
Yes.
Because we are going back to our roots and finally doing some horror movies for once in our miserable lives.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I know. Which it's always fun to switch it up.
Yes, absolutely.
But there's just something about sitting here and talk about these batshit crazy horror movies that really tickles my brain.
This one
is batshit crazy.
It's batshit crazy. I knew absolutely nothing about this one.
Good.
Going in. And I'm so glad I did it because
the twist is wild.
The twist is so wild.
Yes. It gagged me when I first saw it. I was like, jaw dropped.
This movie.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I mean, it's found footage, but not.
Yeah.
And so it has better...
M. Night said, we're not doing all that. We're going to make it look cute. Okay?
Yeah. And so I do think it drags at points, or it's like, okay. But I do think this one... I had fun watching this.
It's a fun watch. It's pretty campy.
Yeah.
I think it's his attempt at horror comedy.
Yeah.
Because, most of the time he's so serious.
Yes. But let's not forget his scariest horror movie, The Last Airbender.
Truly terrifying stuff on that screen.
Terrifying.
Yes.
Woo!
Oh my God. Yeah, that was kind of like his flop era. And then this movie, along with Split,
kind of brought him
revived
back.
his career because he was on top of the world, I would say, in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Early 2000s with Signs, The Village.
Sixth
Sense. He had so many good ones, and then he just kind of flopped for a bit.
Yeah, especially with that Avatar.
Oh
my God.
There's so much. That one was diabolical. I feel like there's so much we don't know about that.
And then Netflix tried to do it again, and that was fine, but...
You liked it more than... Me and Keaton tried to do it, because you, really liked... You thought it was good at first, but, the first episode, I was like, no.
You guys knew... I feel like you guys predicted that I would end up being bad, because by the end of it, too, I was like, but... It was at least better than that fucking movie.
Oh, but, still, it was...
I don't know what happened there. Look, M. Night, he's had some stinkers. He's had some great movies. But I would say this one is great. Overall.
Yeah,
it has its issues,
fun.
But it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we'll get all into as we go, I guess. That's kind of all I want to say before spoiler reviews, because everything else really has to do with the story.
Yeah.
What makes it so fun. But, yeah, I'd say if you've never seen The Visit, go give it a watch. It's hilarious. And... All right, girl. So are you ready to jump into spoiler territory?
Girl, let's get into this.
Yeah. So at this point, if you've never seen it, do not listen to this review.
Yes, please.
You want to go into this one as blind as you can.
It's...
Because that twist is really satisfying. So, yeah. Go watch The Visit and then come back and we can chat about it.
Yeah.
Are you ready to scream, girl?
Girl, let's scream.
Let's scream. Okay. So, The Visit starts with an interview, a documentary-style interview of this woman who we learn is the mom of the 2 main characters.
Okay, it's played by Kathryn Hahn.
Yeah, who's great. I mean, come on.
In anything she's in.
Anything she's in. And she's such a lovable mom in this.
Yeah.
I think that her relationship with her kids is the heart of this movie.
Yeah.
And if it was maybe like a not as good actress playing this mom character, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But she eats it up.
Yeah.
Okay, and we instantly like her. The 2 kids, it's Becca and Tyler. Becca's 15. and Tyler is 13. And we get the kind of whole backstory in this interview of they don't have really a relationship with their grandparents because their mom had a falling out with them.
She basically eloped with a teacher.
Yeah, her English teacher from high school.
Yeah.
Ew. We were just watching Degrassi and there was like a whole
student-teacher relationship.
This was such a like thing in the 2010s. We were just saying that.
Pretty Little Liars.
Pretty Little
Degrassi,
Liars. Like
this
why
movie,
was everyone trying to fuck their teacher in the 2010s?
It's a weird fantasy.
Yeah, they kept trying to romanticize it, but
no thank you.
Has not aged well. But anyway, so she had a falling out with her parents and they haven't spoken since. And then she got married, she had kids, and then they got a divorce. I think her husband like cheated on her.
He left her for somebody he met at Starbucks.
Wow, that's
always a
fucked
fucking
up.
Starbucks.
Always a Starbucks. I bet
Starbucks.
I bet he ordered an Americano because that's an annoying drink.
It's like
you have to water down your espresso. Lazy.
Baby.
Commit to it. Shit your pants. Like a real man.
And we'll get into that.
Yeah. Shit your pants. Yeah, that's very topical for this. So apparently the grandparents reached out online, like through social media, to the kids and want to, you know, have a relationship with their grandkids and get to know them and not necessarily reunite with the mom.
Yeah.
But basically these kids really like their mom's new boyfriend and he is going on a cruise, and so they've set this whole thing up to allow their mom to go off and spend some time with him alone.
Yeah.
And go on a cruise, which is cute. And these kids are really sweet kids.
Yeah.
They're like both super geniuses.
Yes.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. Becca is like a film nerd, and that's why this documentary looks so good. And looks like it was shot by M. Night Shyamalan because, well, it was. But they did not really lean into the whole making it look like a found footage. And at first it's kind of like, I don't know if I buy this. But then you just kind of go with it.
Yeah, I got to the, like, I was like, whatever. I'd rather it be like this than a shitty, shaky...
Yeah, because you hate found footage.
I really just... they bother me a lot of the time.
That which we've talked about a lot. I love found footage.
Yes, you do.
So we definitely differ on that. But go listen to our episodes on... We've done the paranormal activities.
Yes, which I can't wait to do 3.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's one with Toby, stop.
Toby, stop. Toby, seriously?
Seriously, let her go.
Leave her alone. Yeah, that's funny. We'll talk about that. But yeah, I love a found footage. This one's kind of found footage, but like you didn't really commit. Whatever, it's fine. And I think it adds to her character because wow, she's really talented.
Yeah,
she really knows what she's
really
doing.
good.
Yeah. And then her brother Tyler just loves appropriating Black culture.
Yes.
And rapping bad. It was giving Mr. Shu from Glee energy when he rapped. It's like, why are you rapping? Okay,
don't do that.
Don't make that face. But yeah, that's kind of his whole thing, which is very of the time.
Yes.
Very 2010s. Everyone was walking around with a black scent. Everyone was, look, it was pre-Black Lives Matter. It was a weird time. We will chalk it up to that.
It was a really weird time in history.
But, you know... We'll just kind of ignore that. But they're both really quirky, funny kids. The humor in this movie, I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of bad.
Yes.
It's very, like, quirky. Like, oh, we're quirky.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just, like, them joking back and forth. And I think it was M. Night being like, I can write comedy. And it's like, can you?
But I do like that their sibling relationship where they don't fucking hate each other the whole time.
Yeah.
They hate kind of that dynamic sometimes in a horror movie because then it's always like, oh, but at the end they figured out they really love each other. But it's like, no, these two like have each other's back the whole fucking film.
Which I like.
Which I think that's a better...
And they're not like shithead kids.
No, they're not like... You don't get frustrated with these kids. Like, you don't really want to see anything happen to them. You're kind of like...
Which
really
is
like these kids.
Why I like it, yeah.
You really learn to like these kids.
The humor is kind of like corny, but you do really appreciate how kind of mature they are for their age.
Yeah.
Which is not all the time you see in a campy, weird horror movie like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it. it sells this whole setup. Their mom drops us off at the train station, and they explain to us the whole, like, oh, this is what we're doing. We're making a documentary also to kind of, like, record, and they're going to show it to their mom.
Yeah.
So that's the whole setup of the found footage. And they get to town, and they meet Nana and Pop Pop, who pick them up at the train station. And they're really nice.
They have like a sign for them.
Yeah, they're chill. They're chill as fuck.
Yeah.
Grandparents. I love Nana and Pop Pop.
Yeah.
At first.
Because I was like, where's this going to go?
Right? Because it's really chill vibes. It's like, oh, hey, it's so nice to meet you. Da-da-da-da-da. Getting to know each other. We learned that they're volunteers as counselors at a psychiatric hospital in their free time. So maybe pocket that information for later.
Yeah.
They go to their home. This is a beautiful farmhouse. They're in like Philadelphia or something. Or they're on more the outskirts of Philly, like in the more countryside part of Pennsylvania. I'm not really a farmer girl, but like if I wanted to be a farmer girl, this is how I would do it. Because like the house is nice.
Yeah.
Tyler says that his rap name is T Diamond Stylist. So a lot of this movie, she's calling him T Diamond.
Yep.
He does some more Mr. Shoe rapping.
Yes. About pineapple upside down cake.
Right, because they were like, Nana, like, it's kind of like at an improv show. Like, we need a random word, and we're going to do
Goes, how about pineapple upside down
cake? Yeah, I like her voice. She kind of talks like this. They're really getting along with Nana and Pop Pop. They are shown, like, the bedroom where they're going to stay. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
And Pop Pop says, by the way, there's mold in the basement. So don't go down there. Which, horror movie red flag.
Yeah. Oh, there's the basement I'm not allowed to go into? Bitch, that's where something's at.
There's probably, some scary shit down there.
There's secrets down there.
Secrets. And he also says, we're old people. Like, very frankly, he's like, listen, we're old people. We go to bed at 9:30. So let's all kind of apply that rule to everybody in the house kind of thing. Which, like, makes sense. I'm pretty sure my grandparents go to bed at 9:30 or around that time.
It's not my grandparents. My aunt in Florida, they go to bed at, like, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And she wakes up at, like, 4:30 every day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's how most, like, old people are. Like,
she's younger than my dad.
Oh.
She's the youngest sibling.
Damn. Wait, how old is she?
I don't know. I don't know how old Debbie's is.
We don't know Debbie's tea, but yeah, so Becca sneaks out late at one point to get some of Nana's cookies. Which are really good.
The walnut cookies.
Yeah,
we learned Nana's trick is to burn the walnuts a little bit.
Yeah. I thought that, you know what? They looked really good.
Maybe I'll try that.
Right?
Maybe I'll try.
She knows what she's doing in the kitchen.
Maybe Nana knows what's up.
She knows what she's doing in that kitchen. She does the cooking. She does the cleaning.
We see Nana walking around, throwing up,
projectile vomiting. She's like,
it's like, oh, bitch. And
okay,
Becca
puker.
is like, bitch, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that was fucked up. And she's asking Pop Pop about it the next morning. And he's like, oh, maybe she just had like a little 24-hour stomach flu or something.
She probably just ate something bad.
So she projectile vomited all over her fucking downstairs.
And then just walked away?
Yeah, that was wild, but okay. They just kind of brush it off. Then they go and they're playing hide and seek in this like weird area underneath the like
it's like a crawl space. And bitch, there is not enough money in the world to get me to go into a basement or a house's crawl space.
Ugh, it was spooky.
That is one of the most terrifying things to me.
Yeah, and especially if you're down there and then you turn the corner and you see your Nana crawling up to you all scary.
And she's like, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
And she like chases them out. And she's like, I was just fucking with you.
She goes, I'm gonna make chicken pot pie. And then she goes and her like ass cheeks hanging out.
Whatever, yes. And I was like, what is going on?
Nana. She's wild. Yeah, I loved this scene though. Like this whole sequence was like very suspenseful. It was M. Night like showing off that he knows how to build suspense.
Yes.
Nana looked crazy. She kind of looked like Samara for a second there. Her hair was all down on her face.
So then I'm like, just your whole mind process through the whole movie. You're like, so is like demonic shit? What's going on?
Right, you're like, where is the horror? Like, what is?
Because you know something's up.
Exactly.
Like, this is a big indicator of like, well, this is the second one with Nana where you're like, what the fuck?
But then it keeps like, oh, there's some excuse. So it's like a fake out, and you're like, wait, is that a fake out?
Like, are they just like really weird old people?
Yeah.
Because that's what the mom like chalks it up to. Because they like call her at a point. She's like, guys, they're just weird. They're just a weird.
They're old. A lot of it you can kind of explain as, oh, they're just getting old, and you know, sometimes when you get old, you do weird shit. You start to kind of go a little senile. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. And I don't think that they have any other grandparents or anything that they're close with. So this is their first time kind of really being around old people.
Yeah.
So you can kind of take it as, oh, they're just not used to that kind of thing. So a doctor stops by while Nana and Pop Pop are out. And Becca answers the door. And he says that he's been wondering where Nana and Pop Pop are because he works at the hospital.
And they haven't shown up.
They haven't shown up.
He said they were supposed to volunteer. They didn't show up.
Yeah. Which, again, you can kind of chalk it up to, well, they're having their grandkids over to visit. So maybe that's just what's going on. Tyler goes out to film in the smelly shed
that the grandpa keeps going into.
Pop keeps going out there all the time. He finds a bunch of shitty diapers.
Like bloody shitty diapers. It was
Ew.
And we learned from Nana that Grandpa has a condition where he can't control his bowels.
He's incontinent, so yeah, he shits himself. And then he hides his diapers out in the shed out of embarrassment, she says. So, like, she's like, don't bring it up to him, because...
So, like, that one, it's like, oh, okay. That's just an old person thing, damn.
Right, exactly.
There's nothing suspicious about that. He's just a
because when you get old, you shit yourself. Yeah, that's why bitches be wearing Depends. I mean, hello. Yeah. So again, okay, we'll chalk it up to old. While out in the town, Pop starts freaking out because this guy is just walking by and minding his own business. And Pop's all like, he's staring at me, even though the guy is
following me. Like
clearly not.
He's been following us. And they're both like, Grandpa, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And Pop starts like attacking this guy, wailing on him, goes to beat the shit out of him. Yeah. And they're like, Pop, and they like pull him off.
And he's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, he was like, I was confused. So they're like, okay, maybe Pop's paranoid.
Maybe he's getting like some dementia. Like,
again,
you know, Raven dementia. What's her name?
Some Raven Darkness Ebony dementia way from My Immortal. And then that night, they hear these, like, weird scraping sounds coming from outside their door. And they open it, and they find...
Grandma naked and, like, clawing at the door like a door
like a cat.
The wall, like a cat.
Yeah, she's, like, scratching at it. And like, her ass is out. They're like, what?
They slam and lock that door so fucking quick.
Tyler goes, I'm blind now.
I'm blind.
That was funny. Yeah.
He also has a funny thing that we didn't mention. He tells Becca, like, early in the film, he's like, I think I'm going to stop swearing and start saying, like, pop star, like, pop divas names.
But then he said, like, ones that I don't like. Like, I want him to say my divas, but he said, like...
Shania Twain.
Carrie Underwood.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. I'm like,
Madonna.
I know.
Lady Gaga.
Mariah.
Like, come on.
Those are our divas, for sure. Becca...
He doesn't even say Beyonce.
He didn't even say Beyonce.
That's just the easiest one.
I know. But I will start doing it with proper divas.
Oh, Beyonce, I just stubbed my toe.
Oh, Kesha, I hurt my ankle. The next day, Becca asks Pop about this, and he explains Nana has a form of dementia called sundowning, which is a real-ass thing. I even looked it up. And so does Becca in this movie. And it's like just a natural...
It's like, you were literally like Bella in Twilight. You and Becca were both like Bella
when
in
she
Twilight.
Googled the word vampire, that was me.
You were like sundowning.
Yeah, and I had a whole like montage set to a rock song. Yeah, exactly. But it's like a real ass thing. It's like a natural occurrence that old people actually do. And I think that's weird that like the sun and the moon like kind of do control us. It was giving very when Gabby from The Traitors... That video of her being like, the moon controls us.
the moon is in Pluto or it's in Aries, whichever it is. She's like,
she knows exactly what she's talking about, but she kind of doesn't.
She's so
but I
smart.
trust her.
I trust everything. We're cooing.
Astrology is real because the moon controls the tides. We know it's science. The tides are water, in case you didn't know, and our body is 70% water, so the moon controls us. You bet your ass Aquarius is in Pluto. Pluto's in Aquarius. I forget which one goes into which, but it's a big shift. It's huge. It's going to last for 20 years, and we need to buckle the fuck up. It's giving coup.
During this whole thing, Pop Pop is putting on a tuxedo for some reason. And she goes, why are you putting on a tuxedo? And he goes, I have to go to the train to get to the costume party.
And she's like,
what
no.
the fuck? I thought that was so funny. And she's like, I think you're confused. And so, yeah, like, we're clearly seeing that he has some kind of onset dementia or something, right?
Yeah.
Or at least that's what she chalks it up to. We then see Nana come up, and she apologizes to Becca because she accidentally spilled some batter on her laptop camera, and it's kind of caused this, like, she used oven cleaner, I guess, so it's kind of put this, like, weird film over her camera that makes it really blurry, and it's hard to clean off. But they go ahead and they Skype with their mom through the now, like, cloudy camera. And she's like, I wish I could see you guys, da-da-da-da. And she's on the cruise, which was funny. She said that there's, like, what was it? Like, hairy chess competition?
Which, bitch, I would have been front row.
Right? I love you. We love a hairy chess. Mm-hmm. And they bring up their concerns for Nana and Pop Pop. Like, they're behaving weird, we don't know. And all the things they're saying, the mom just reassures them, yeah, it's just old age stuff. Yeah. Like, that's just how they are. They're old people. It's all normal. Becca goes and she's hanging out with Nana. And she's in the kitchen. And Becca decides to bring up her mom. Because we learn that the whole reason why they're doing this documentary is because she wants to get footage of Nana saying that she forgives their mom for, like, their whole falling out back in the day. And Nana gets really quiet. And then she goes, would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
This was in all the previews. So I truly always thought it was going to be like kind of like a Hansel and Gretel kind of situation with this movie originally always going in. But
well, it is kind of Hansel and Gretel vibes, you know, because you could say that, like, they're recording this footage is almost kind of like the breadcrumbs that they leave behind. Yes. So it's like a modern Hansel and Gretel.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right. Parker.
My mind.
Your mind.
I have the mind of a master. What's that?
I don't know, but you're so creative.
I'm so creative. But nothing really happens, though. Like, Becca gets up in the oven, and at first she's like, no, get up in there.
She's like, bitch, get in.
But she doesn't, and we think that, like, oh, she's gonna, like, close the door and, like, turn it on. But she doesn't. She's like, okay, thanks. And then kind of moves on. But the first time you're like, what the fuck?
I was terrified.
Not get up in the oven to clean it. That was wild. But Nana does agree to do an interview for the documentary. And they sit her down, and she asks her about the mom again. And Nana starts, like, tweaking. She's, like, shaking her head all around. And then she, like, throws this huge fit. And she goes, no more questions about Loretta Jameson. Ever. Like, okay.
Bitch.
Damn, diva. That night, they hear more spooky sounds from out in the hallway. And they go out. This scene is so fucking funny. Like, it's like the empty hallway. And then we see Nana, like, Naruto running across the frame.
Yes.
And she keeps, like, running back and forth. That shit had me cackling watching this. And then they're just kind of like, okay, weird. And they go back to bed. They're like, whatever, Nana. Like, close the door. Yeah. And Becca interviews Tyler as part of their documentary. And then they get some, like, emotional character development beats and moments here. We learn that Tyler, like, used to be in, like, Pee Wee football. And during one of the games, he froze up when he like needed to tackle somebody.
Yeah.
And he said that he saw his dad look really disappointed, and then the dad left very soon after. So he kind of almost blames himself. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I was such a disappointment that's why my dad left. So there's that guilt there.
Yeah.
And then Miss Becca gets interviewed. Tyler like turns the camera back on her, and he asks her why she never looks at her reflection in the mirror ever.
Yeah.
He's like, I've noticed that, and that's really weird. And it's because she just has really bad self-worth issues ever since their dad left.
Yeah.
So we're just getting all these, you know, connections to why these kids are the way they are and why they're doing this is because they kind of have a resentment towards their dad the same way that the mom does towards her grandparents. So it's all kind of connected like that.
Yes. And we'll get into the theme of this, what I think is the big theme of this movie, because they kind of spell it out.
They
for you at
spell
the
it
end.
out. Yeah, exactly. But it's good, yeah. And M. Night does a great job with this. All of his movies, I will say, whether they're good or bad, like, he always has strong theming and...
Except for The Last Airbender.
Right, except for The Last Airbender. I don't know what was going on with M. Night during The Last
I think there was
Airbender.
also, there had to have been a lot of stuff producing behind the scenes.
You
There
think
was-
it was, like, overly
Well, because the
produced?
girl that was Katara, it was like a producer's daughter,
That makes a lot of sense.
which is why it was
The
a white girl.
The white girl. Yeah.
And then, so I'm sure there's so much like where he was like trying to do shit and he just was not allowed to do it.
I can totally see that. Yeah. Whereas, like, you know, this thing about
like, how does
horror is in a horror movie, you don't have a lot of producer interference because the budget's so low.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, he's not used to not having a stifling creative environment. So that makes sense. Maybe that's what it is.
That's right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's most likely.
So a woman named Stacy stops by, who was a former patient that Nana and Pop Pop would help with at the hospital. And she too is wondering if Nana and Pop Pop are okay and like where the fuck are they? They haven't been showing up for their volunteer shifts.
Yeah.
Very strange. Becca goes in and she finds Nana laughing maniacally in her
She's like-
rocking chair.
Yeah, she's like, oh, she's probably watching the TV right now. Like, she's so normal. Like,
She's so cute. Let's go see what she's doing.
she's staring at a wall.
She's staring at the wall. She's like, Nana, what's going on? And Nana like takes her scarf
And like tries to strangle herself.
herself and she's like, Nana, don't do that. Nana, what are you doing? Nana. And then Nana goes, sorry, I have the deep darkies. You have to laugh to keep out the deep darkies.
It's like, she's crazy.
Okay. Thanks, Nana. That's great advice. She goes out to the barn and finds Pop Pop with his rifle in his
In his
mouth.
fucking mouth.
I was just cleaning it.
She's like, Papa, I was just cleaning it.
Like, Pop Pop. What the fuck, Pop Pop? And then that night we learn Tyler is dealing with severe OCD, which becomes a plot point later.
Yeah.
He has this whole thing about germs and he has an anxiety attack and she has to calm him down because he's like, I've washed my hands so many times. I feel like there's still germs there.
Yeah, I forget what he touched something and he's like, it's I can feel it. I can feel
Yeah.
it. He's like, it's there. And so she like just takes like a cloth, like a tissue, and she's like,
I found this super relatable because I have a pretty bad anxiety disorder, which is a little like linked to OCD.
Yeah.
And I've had like anxiety moments where like this, where
Yeah.
I'm just like,
no, I'm saying.
you're in your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the worst feelings.
It's crazy. So I thought this, and these kids, they do such a great job.
Yeah, I
with
think
this.
they're good actors.
Oh, they're great. Yeah.
That's again what also like really helps this film. Because if these kids
Yes.
sucked,
It would, yeah.
not just like their writing, but if like the actors could not commit to it, but they look like they're having fun the whole time, which I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's a good.
This would have been a fun movie to shoot.
Oh,
You can-
like some of the crazy shit they do, I'm like, oh, bitch.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So Tyler comes up with the idea to plant a hidden camera in the living room to get footage of Nana at night.
And I knew exactly what was going to happen with this.
Yeah, it's a little telegraphed, but it's this like very paranormal activity scene of the camera being planted and Miss Nana, she's going crazy in the living room.
Just walk around.
Walking around, open up drawers and shit. And then she like ducks down And it's like, where the fuck she go? And then she jump scares the camera.
And
like,
she
really
sees
crazy.
it.
She's
She
like,
knew
"Bah!"
exactly where it was.
And she like takes it out and she like throws it on the ground. And then we see like from that angle, she gets a knife, bitch. Like a big ass knife. And then she's standing out their bedroom door and starts banging. So they see that footage the next day, and Miss Becca's like, okay, it's not safe here. It's fun, like the tipping point.
Yeah,
Like,
we gotta tell mom.
we gotta tell mom. We this is gonna be our last night staying here. Like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable anymore. Which, like, duh.
Yeah, my grandma just...
You're now not feeling comfortable.
Girl, she asked you to get into the oven.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go yet though. She wants to still stay the remainder of the day because she still hasn't gotten that, what she calls the elixir, which is the forgiveness.
Yeah.
From the grandparents for their mom. So she sits Pop down for an interview. He decides to tell her the story of when he was working in a factory and he saw a white thing running around that had yellow eyes, but only I could see it, and no one believed me when I told everybody, and I got fired. But it's real, and it's in the cornfield outside. Like, what the fuck was this? It was.
We're getting an indication. Easter eggs. I didn't even realize. We'll talk about it, but that's such a giveaway.
Yeah. It's like, okay, Pop. Later, the kids notice Nana and Pop outside being confronted by Miss Stacy, who had showed up earlier. And they note that she looks upset. And then they watch as she goes with them to the back. They're like, just come with us to the back. And so she goes. And then I guess it's like later it cuts to a few hours later. I don't even know. And Tyler comments that he never saw Stacy leave. But he reckons like she must have left at some point.
Right.
Becca sits Nana down for another interview. And she's trying to get Nana to, give her apology.
Yeah.
She wants her to give a rue-apology.
Yeah.
Of course. But Nana decides to tell another story. It's about water. There's a pond that has little creatures in it. And these creatures are from another planet, but no one realizes it. These creatures spit into the water all day long, and their spit can make you sleep, but not die. When people go underwater in the pond, they go into a deep sleep, a really beautiful sleep. The creatures are from another planet, and they have many people at the bottom of the pond, storing them up, and they're going to take them back to their planet of Sinmorphitalia someday. That's just a made-up story, though. It's not real. Oh, and the creatures have antennas, but they are invisible antennas.
So this is where I was like, oh, bitch, are they aliens?
All right, Nana. Okay, let's get you to bed.
Yeah. So then, like, Becca does, like, twist the story and basically makes her own story that's just basically what happened to their mom, of, like, how she left.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you think the mom should say to the daughter?
She says, I forgive you, little girl. So she gets the elixir on camera.
Yeah.
It might be out of context a little bit, but she's going to show that to the mom.
Yeah.
So Tyler and Becca, they Skype with their mom again. And now at this point, Becca has gotten all the shit off of her laptop camera. So the mom can see clearly the image on the screen. And they're like, something is very wrong with Nana and Pop, and you need to come get us right now. Like, we're being serious.
Yeah.
We don't feel comfortable anymore. And so she's like, well, what do you mean they're being weird? Like, can you show me them? And they turn the laptop around out the window so they can show Nana and Pop out in the backyard. And this is when we get the gag of the season, bitch. She says, those aren't your grandparents. Bitch! She says, I don't know who those people are.
This is where, like, Katie and I realized, like, because I looked at Katie and we both were like, what the
My
fuck?
jaw dropped to the fucking ground, bitch, when I first saw this. It's such a good twist.
It's such a good twist because I'm like, it's so simple. Like, I was overthinking this whole time.
Me
It's
too.
like, it's just not them.
I know. I thought they were like possessed or something.
I thought they were aliens at that point. After
Right.
she said that alien, I was like, are these fuckers aliens?
Nope. They're just some crazy ass bitches who've been pretending to be their grandparents.
And I think the
whole time.
reason that they freak out whenever asked about the mom I don't think they ever
they don't know
anything about
any
her.
of that, so they're just like ignoring it.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what to say to continue this facade.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So these two just kind of after like, okay, we have to keep pretending for a bit.
So they're freaked out. The mom immediately, she's spooked, and she's like,
calls the police station, the local police station of that where they're at. Cops out there. Mm-hmm. That's suspicious.
well,
that's weird.
See, that is the least surprising thing in this story. Cops not being,
reliable.
Exactly. So she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to go to the police station myself, but I'm gonna come get you. Just lay low, if you can try to get out and find help.
Like get to the neighbors.
Get to the neighbors or something. But you guys are in some serious danger. Those aren't your real grandparents. Crazy. So that night, Nana asks Becca to clean the oven for her again. But this time, she shuts the door on her. And I really was like, okay, this is where this is going to go. But
then she opens it.
She's like, I'm just fucking with you. Gotcha. So, but it was I love it because it's like a second fake out.
And then Grandpa's like, oh, it's our last night. We should play a game.
Let's play Yahtzee. We'll make it a real family night.
Yeah.
And at this point, the grandparents, now that obviously we know that they're not real, but the jig is kind of up. And even though the grandparents are still pretending to be the real Nana and Pop Pop, they're as unhinged as we've ever seen them.
And everything they do now makes you so fucking nervous.
Yes. So the kids try to sneak out the back door, but they see Stacy's body hanging from the tree in the fucking backyard. So
these fuckers kill people, and Grandpa shuts the door. He's like, "Where are you going?
Let's play Yahtzee."
Let's play Yahtzee.
We get the most unhinged fucking game of Yahtzee, and he's like, "I'm a Yahtzee master," and she goes, "You're not a Yahtzee master. That takes 10 years."
He's like, "That's what they called me in the cafeteria." And they're like, "What cafeteria?" And this is where you start to realize, holy shit, these motherfuckers escaped from the insane asylum. That the grandparents were volunteering at.
Yep. And then Pop Pop shits himself. Yep. He shits his pants. And then Nana shoves 45 crackers into her mouth and she goes, Yahtzee!
Yeah, she rolls. She does not get a Yahtzee.
No.
It was not a Yahtzee.
It wasn't, but she wanted to say Yahtzee.
Yeah.
And I really can't blame her for that. Becca sneaks down into the basement and she finds a trunk containing...
Well, first, she sees all the photos of the actual Nana and Pop Pop.
The real Nana and Pop Pop.
And underneath are their bodies.
It's the bodies of the real Nana and Pop Pop. Yeah.
And that's when
Pop Pop shows
she turns around. She's like, my name is Becca. If you find this, I blah, 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 blah. She just gives all of her information.
Yeah.
And then the guy, the Pop Pop, he's
appears.
like, my name's
Mitchell. And Nana's real name is Claire. And they were patients at the psychiatric hospital, as we said, where the real Nana and Pop Pop volunteered. And apparently...
they were talking so much about the grandkids.
They were kind of
bragging,
or not bragging, but they were just excited.
And so it came off as bragging to those two, and they got mad because...
we learned Claire...
drowned 2 babies... and she put them in suitcases and threw them into a river or a pond. So that's where she got her story from.
Because she was trying to take them to Sinmorphitalia, the planet of Sinmorphitalia.
Sinmorphitalia.
Yeah. And
Sinmorphitalia.
That's how, you know what? We should go. I wonder what it's like.
Y'all talk about Fire Island or Palm Springs. Bitch, have you been to Sinmorphitalia?
The gay nightlife in Sinmorphitalia will pop your pussy.
Oh, Dubai ain't got nothing on Sinmorphitalia.
Sinmorphitalia, bitch. So they're trying to kill these kids and take them to Sinmorphitalia. So it's very tense. He kind of snatches Becca up and brings her upstairs. And he locks her in their bedroom. And we go back and forth as Tyler's downstairs in the kitchen with Pop Pop going crazy. And Miss Becca is upstairs in the bedroom with Nana going crazy. And Pop Pop, first of all, he gets up in Tyler's face and he goes, I never liked you.
Damn.
And then Tyler kind of freezes up and kind of he was talking about when he was in football. Mm-hmm. And he just out of anxiety just freezes, which that, ugh.
Yeah.
I relate to that shit so much because anxiety can like just cause your body to completely shut down.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on here. Pop Pop. Y'all.
He takes off his poopy. He takes off his poopy diaper. And he smears it on Tyler's face. I would have, my reaction, that man's face would have become permanently part of my foot. After that.
Oh my God, I would have. He also goes, you have a problem with germs, don't you?
And then it cuts immediately to Becca again. In the...
Right, and then Becca is upstairs and Nana is like chasing her around, being all scary.
And then she smashes a mirror. Like Becca, we see Becca finally looks at the mirror again.
She looks at herself in the mirror. Yeah.
And Nana's like right behind her. And I don't know if Nana like pushed her.
It's like found footage, so it's hard to tell. But the mirror gets broken and then she's got like a shard of the mirror.
And she stabs Nana.
Nana. Or Claire is her real name.
Miss Claire.
So, diva down.
Diva down.
Love Nana. She did nothing wrong. She just wanted to go to Sin Morphetalia, bitch.
She just wanted people to have a fun time at Sin Morphetalia.
And I could not blame her for that one fucking bit. I also want to go party at Sin Morphetalia. So then, like, she runs out. She's able to, like, escape from the bedroom. Like, she breaks the lock off of it that he put on there. She goes and she attacks Pop Pop and tries to get him away from Tyler.
And then Tyler kind of has like a full like freak out and like starts screaming like football drills.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, he's like going back he's
reliving his trauma.
He's tweaking.
Yeah.
And he tackles Pop Pop multiple times and knocks Pop Pop down. Bitch, he smashes his head with the
refrigerator door. Mm-hmm. And it's like a full circle moment for him.
Yeah.
He's overcoming his freezing that happens, his anxiety.
But it's like, damn, these kids just became murderers at 13 and 15.
And he's like going crazy. He's like, any other bitch ass motherfucking people in this house?
Yeah.
That was great. So they like, you know, they leave, they flee the house just as their mom arrives with the police and they get rescued and reunited with their mom.
Yeah. And then we get one final interview where the mom reveals everything that happened.
Yep, she says that back when she had her falling out with the real Nana and Pop Pop, apparently, like, they were yelling at each other and she hit her mom. And then the dad hit her. And they just were shocked, like, staring at each other. And then, like, she left. And that's why she never spoke to them. And she explained, she's like, listen.
If I had gone back to them, I would have been forgiven.
Yeah.
Like,
she said, I never really wanted forgiveness from them anyway. It was there if I wanted it.
Yeah.
But I'm chill. And she was like, Becca, just please don't hold on to anger for people. Don't hold on to resentment. Which is a really good lesson, I think.
Yeah,
really
and they're
good
like
theme.
relating it to the dad because...
Yeah, because he walked out.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important. Like, I had a very similar experience in my childhood with my biological mom. I won't get into it too much.
No.
But, like, there was a certain moment where I decided to stop holding on to that resentment I felt towards her. And, like, I reached out to her. I forgave her. It was really important for me.
Yeah.
I didn't, want to continue our relationship at all. I haven't spoken to her in years.
Yeah. You're like, this is where it needs to be. This is where I need to end it.
Exactly. Yep. And it's so healthy. Like, Kesha has a song on Rainbow called Learn to Let Go.
Yep.
Which is, she talks about how, like, in that song, like, holding on to resentment, it's like drinking poison and expecting the poison to hurt the other person. It's like, no, you drink the poison.
Yeah.
And that was really helpful too. So that's all. I love this sort of like message here. It's super heartfelt. I think In Night does a really good job with it. And then we end with footage of their childhood like videotapes of with
Tyler's
their father.
birthday and they're with their dad.
And she had said earlier, like, something about, I refuse to use any footage in this documentary of my dad.
Yeah.
Because I still resent him. And so now we know that she's no longer harboring that resentment.
Yeah.
She's comfortable watching old videos of her dad and it doesn't, like, trigger her. So
Yeah.
Really cute. And then we also get more Tyler rapping.
At the end where he raps about his whole experience in the film.
The Mr. Shoe rapping.
But it's like, because it's a 13-year-old kid, it's like funny as fuck.
Yeah, right.
It's like Maddie B raps.
It was
like Maddie,
very
but like
Maddie B raps.
But like
yeah.
Maddie was serious.
If you took it like, yeah, exactly. But that's it. The
Oh.
visit. The end.
It's wild.
It's
a
fun.
one. It's a fun one.
Y'all, I love
Watch it with your friends.
Yeah, this is a fun, like...
It's stupid.
It's stupid.
But I have a fun time with it.
Yeah. Okay, so... That's
it.
Yeah. Did we talk about what we want to do next week?
I don't think we have talked about it.
We haven't.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out, y'all. Stay tuned. But it will probably be... Wait, at some point this month, we have to do Scooby-Doo.
Oh, next week then. Because 420 is this week. This weekend.
Okay, I need to text Suzanne and Maddie.
Oh, do they want to do it?
Well, yeah, that's when we came up with the idea. It was on our sleepaway camp episode with them. So we'll...
But it's
hopefully...
next Sunday's Easter.
It is. I know, and my family's doing shit.
So is mine.
Hopefully we can do Scooby-Doo next week with the Barillo sisters.
Maybe it's Saturday.
Yeah, stay tuned.
No, we
pod.
can't do Saturday because that's burlesque.
Oh my God. What are we going to do? Okay, stay tuned.
We'll figure it out.
Podcast listeners. We might be doing Scooby-Doo. Maybe we could say that one for the week after.
Yeah.
I don't know. But whatever we do next week, it'll be fun. And you know we're going to scream, girl. Mm-hmm. All right, so thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Let's Scream. We hope you had fun with us at Sin More Fatalia.
Sin More Fatalia.
With Nana Pop. Come on now. Please remember to follow the pod, like the pod, and leave a glowing review of the pod, of course. It will help us become more visible to more people. You can also send us movie requests for future episodes, especially as we just discussed. We don't really know what the fuck we're doing next.
Yeah, so please give us suggestions.
You can follow me at Parker_Will_C on Instagram. Oh, and we're at Let's Scream Pod. I forgot to say that. That's our handle on all the social medias.
Yes. And you can follow me at CVNash95 on Instagram.
And until next time, this has been
Let's Scream.
Bye.
Bye.